Hey, good morning, Forex traders. This is Vance Williams, and hello to our team members listening. I'm getting over a cold, so my voice sounds a little funny. To those of you who are new, I do this little show just really to prepare for my own trading each morning. Not sure how long I'll do that for the public, but for now, I'm still doing it. Really quickly, we just had some unemployment numbers and a trade deficit out of the United States. It looks like pretty much all the news is a little bit negative for the U.S., including some revisions that were a little bit softer from last month. So this, we're going to get to this, but this gives the go-ahead for the pound here for a move to the upside, a little bit weaker dollar. So it supports that move. Same with the euro, kind of remaining to the top side just a little bit, but I'll go into that. I have begun publishing free Forex training on my YouTube channel. That's Forex Art of War. But I'll show you guys how to access it really quickly. Right here at forexartofwar.com. This banner right here, just click there. There's about 3 classes up now. I'm planning on adding like 2 to 4 a week. And I'm planning on telling you absolutely every detail you need to know in order to win. For those of you who know me, you know I don't put a price on education. I put a price on training and coaching. So I'm kind of excited to provide that to everybody. And so that's how you access it. And, I guess you could go find my YouTube channel too. Okay, so let's see what else we got here. Again, I want to stress that what I do on this show is for educational purposes only. In the fundamentals this morning, I spent quite a bit of time looking around. We had a euro and the pound going up big time the day before yesterday. And then yesterday, you can see, if you look at my mouse right here, you can see a big drop here. And those events were actually related. The move up on the euro was some optimism about Greece, and then the move down was the ECB jumping the gun and saying that they weren't going to provide cheap liquidity to Greece anymore. They had planned on doing that in a couple of weeks, and they did it yesterday at an odd time as a surprise. But at the same time, I read something from a spokesperson from Greece that says that nothing's really changed because they have access to an emergency liquidity fund, which basically does the trick. So anyway, a little bit of games going on this week. Let's see what else. Oh, the Bank of England met this morning, and they also released their minutes. They held rates to 0.5%. That's sort of what was expected. And all the members were voting together. There were a couple that had broken ranks a couple months ago, and then they kind of got back in line and says, no, it's not time to raise rates. But it appears to me that the falling oil prices have probably stalled their plans for a rate increase in 2015. I'm not exactly sure why they're buying like crazy right now. It could be sometimes. It's a little bit hard to see, but sometimes there's a there's a correlation between U.S. investment and Forex movement. So if you just imagine the Forex market being like one big giant bank account, if you see the Dow going up like ahead of open, it's about plus 100 right now. That might be dollars moving out of the Forex and into other instruments. That's part of what could be happening here. Overall, we're still kind of in a correction mode on the US dollar. And, the main thing is that there's just a lot of risk events this week that are staggered throughout the week. Surprises out of Greece, another surprise out of Greece, ADP non-farm on Wednesday, the UK Central Bank this morning, non-farm employment tomorrow morning. And when you get these events kind of staggered out, I mean, at the very least, it creates uncertainty. And that creates a little bit different price movement, unusual movement, I should say. In major banks, I'll just say on this particular segment that the top earner did short the euro again at 113.90, and they're targeting 111.05 for a target. Now don't trade copy them. They lose trades all the time. Now they still win a lot more trades than they lose. But you have to have a complete strategy. You can't just copy them. You'll just lose money. All right. I'll go into bank trades in our member session coming up here in an hour. We'll go over at least 7 or 8 of the banks and what they're doing. Okay, so let's talk about the buyer and seller behavior on our charts. I'm probably just going to stick with the euro and pound today. That's actually all I've been trading for in the new year. And let's just go ahead and get to that. As you can see, the euro right here on my chart, it's kind of just above that turnover point right there. There's the turnover point. And for those of you who are new, over a period of 1 to 4 days, there's a certain amount of money that's available for moving in and out of Forex. And I monitor that money and whether it's balanced to the top side or the bottom side. It's just slightly to the top side, touching off the turning point right there. And so another way to look at that, if you don't like moving averages, is you would look at the movement from this trend down and this trend up. So in terms of this trend down, you can see that price got above 76.4 and then it dropped back down. Now it's pushing up. This is probably the most significant definer of where that line of contention is. So the buyers and sellers are really battling it out here, right here at 1410. Also, 1400 is a nice round number. And also there's a little trend line shot out from over here. It doesn't really matter that much. So right now it looks like there's a few more buyers than sellers, but we're right there at that deciding point. But with soft news out of the U.S., pound is on the way up. Probably not a good bet to the downside right now. Pound, as you can see, it closed above this range. That was kind of the first indication that there's probably going to be a move up. When you have a 30-minute period reconcile over an area like you do here, hang on, I think I'm going to have to sneeze. We'll see. When you have it close over there in 30 minutes, that's showing that in that whole entire 30-minute period, all the transactions that took place and exchanged, there were more buyers and sellers into this new zone. And you did get a pushback, and then they took off again. And so what we want to do is we want to look for a behavior that's tradable. So we drop down to the 5-minute chart. And as you can see, before I showed up here, I had already plotted this, and price had not been here yet, but I had this set, and I was thinking, it's probably going to be a decent trade here at 38.2 or 50%. This was coming in right as the U.S. data, so it corrected to 50% right as the U.S. data was being released on unemployment, jobs numbers, and the trade balance. And of course, that ended up soft, and away it went. So that was a potential trade right there. And it was moving so fast, I actually did have a 1 minute on there as I was following it here. So it was actually right here when I was first looking at it, and then it dropped down to here, pushed up again, and you can see the trade data came out right there. Right there is that candle. So these guys seem to have a sense that this is what was going to happen, and they were breaking a little bit early this morning. I do watch other pairs, but by and large, they're kind of flat, stagnant, slightly correcting U.S. dollar. Again, this week is just not a great environment for, sometimes we get 2-3 trades a day. But this week, because of the added uncertainty, you get a move up this way and a move back the other way, and you just get a little bit more erratic behavior. So remember that tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m. Eastern, we have the non-farm employment data. And if the numbers are off of expectation, plus or minus 60,000, you'll have quite a bit of movement. The other thing that can cause a lot of movement is if the market's waiting, waiting to make a move, and then the data is neutral. Of course, then they just take off right in that direction. So watch for which way they're heading prior to the data. If it's neutral, they'll head in that direction, maybe after a little whipsawing. If it's a surprise to the other direction, it'll slightly reverse. Okay, so that's it. Our members on our trading team, I'll see you guys coming up at 9:30 this morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern. That's in about 50 minutes. You guys have a great one. Thank you.